Alright boys, so welcome back. Hoping you guys are having a fabulous day here today. As you all know, the festival got announced. All of that is here, and I wanted to talk about the festival gameplay, all of that stuff, break it down, and talk about the ultimate specifically before we get it tonight, right? Because this ultimate is, again, it's similar to how annoying Escanor's ultimate is. And I'm hoping that they only do this like one time a year, or barely two. Don't push it. These things are stupid, or just never do them again. Like, these ultimates that they're kind of doing, they just screw you basically, right? They're not the best, and it creates an entire thing that you have to go for a 6-6 or 5-6 or 4-6 like bare minimum, to where it sucks, right? PvE wise, it doesn't matter, it really doesn't. But overall, when you get into that higher tier PvP, you'll run into this stuff. So today, let me show it to you. Let me talk about it. If you're new to the channel, you subscribe. How's it's on? Let me jump into it. So first, I have the translation over here for you of the entire thing here. Wrong screen also. So this is the screen we're looking at with it, right? So this is what the gameplay looked like. I'll break it down while explaining it to you. I'll open up his passive in my on my other monitor here if this actually starts. There we go. So basically how the showcase went was they went with the demon team. Okay, you do not need to run demon team with melee. You don't. That's not how it's gonna work. Basically, demon team is just for the extra buff that is kicking off, which is, I think, like lowering the damage you take during your turn if you have demons on. So basically, I'll read you the passive and everything while this is happening. At the start of the battle, right, apply 3 bonds of Purgatory on the hero. When the hero takes damage during the enemy's turn, or when the hero uses a skill, remove 1 bond of Purgatory. When all stacks are removed, gain True Magic. True Magic is removed after using a skill, and gain 3 bonds of Purgatory afterwards. In addition, applies an effect that depletes ultimate move gauge by 1 if the enemy does not attack or use any skill for 2 turns. That's how it's going to work. When attacking enemies, assuming a stance or with a debuff, it increases your damage by 40%. That is how that's going to work, right? Bond of Purgatory decreases the damage received by demon race allies by 20%. The True Magic, removes all debuffs on the hero and increases attack-related stats by 50%. Pretty crazy passive, I would say, right here. We then have this over here for his attack. It inflicts Frenzy, damage equal to 500% of attack on one enemy. Frenzy is 1% additional damage for every percent of the enemy's remaining HP, 2 times Pierce. Inflicts, slash damage equal to 30% of attack on all enemies. Slash additional damage equal to 50% of the hero's Pierce rate. So that one's scaling of Pierce. Now, the big thing, the ultimate. Are you ready for this? This is where it basically goes to crap, and that's how this unit's like kind of stupid, because they've been doing this recently where like the ults just scale so heavily, and it's like when you ult, basically, you know, it's like creating a whole passive type system, yeah? So basically, I'll show it to you here after this video or this like gameplay goes on. But again, the unit itself is pretty cool. It's like, it's very powerful. It's a very strong unit. You could argue, yes, broken. The thing is that he's also not restricted to demon team, right? So he can run any team basically. Yes, you're gonna lose out basically on that that 1 buff, which is Bond of Purgatory, that increases damage received by demon race allies. So like your demon team will take less damage, but if you run it with Escanor or anything else, you're just losing that 20%. But you still should be able to make some good comps, because again, demon team itself isn't too strong. With some of the other units, like Estros is great, but Zeldris might not be the best for some people. Plus, they might not have him costumed out and all that CC wise. So maybe running somebody else instead is better, but we'll see how that kind of breaks down here. But you did see like his damage is kind of insane, all right? That's the whole purpose of him. But I also opened up the patch over here for you. And this is what it looks like. This is where the ultimate goes to crap. First, inflicts magic explosion damage equal to 750% of attack on all enemies and applies damage suppression on the hero. Magic explosion ignores 60% of enemies' crit res and 120% of enemies' crit defense. Damage suppression, damage taken doesn't exceed 40% of max HP. Now, that 40% only kicks off on level max, which is a 6-6 ultimate. Again, this is the first time I've seen a freaking chart for a character getting a 6-6 ultimate, because it's a lot in it, right? First, suppression's gonna go from 70% to 40%, yeah? Basically similar to Escanor. When you 6-6 him, or yeah, go to that point, you get a 4 stack on your Escanor, where he can attack 4 times or take attacks 4 times, okay? This time, with melee, you can basically, when you reach that point of where you ult and then you have that level max, you can absorb 3 hits, right? So 2 hits and then you're dead. Being the 3rd hit will kill you, okay? With level 50 or level 5, with 50%, basically you just get attacked twice, you're dead. So that's if they do max damage to you, which again, that's how they handle the unit, which first you gotta chase the 6/6 to get that guaranteed extra little bit of life, because 40/40 is 80, then, you know, you'll live. But 50/50, you'll basically get all the HP out of the way, if they are max stacked and able to kill you. And then again, if you look at the other stuff, it goes from 30% all the way to 60. Like, there's no jump from 4/6 to 5/6. It's just 6/6 is just immaculate, right? So even if you get a 4/6, that's it. Don't chase the 5/6 unless you can guarantee a 6/6. That's where it also currently stands. It's like the ult levels on these units recently have been outrageously high. Again, it's not that like a free-to-play can't compete in PvE. Go have fun. Just trying to use this character in PvP, it'll still be fine. It's recommended to get more dupes. That's what it is, right? And coming off of a festival that was pretty stacked, and getting costume sale also, and getting good costumes, and getting all this stuff back to back to back, it's kind of stressful, right? Yes, the gems in this update were pretty good. I can't lie, 345 free gems, 50 free gems, which is a lot. It's a lot of freaking gems, all right? So with that being like a main point, it's like, you know, I don't know. The ult itself is what kills me. Everything else seems pretty like immaculate. Again, we'll have to see like how it goes. Maybe I'm just complaining over nothing, but it's just like, dude, try not to freaking keep using these ultimates where they're super insanely like broken and like you need the dupes and all of that, and it's like kind of stacking off a passive to where it's like, oh, as soon as you ult, you now have damage reduction, and then again, if you look at it, right, this damage reduction lasts basically damage suppression 2 turns, then the suppression of 40%. That's insane. If he lifesteals back, he's going to survive that whole turn. And then on top of that, the suppression is just insane. So it's like, what the hell? What the hell, bro? You know? So that's where it currently stands. And then again, you don't get that damage suppression for more turns until you 6/6 it. Like you can't, it's 1 per all the way, and then 6/6 is that it. So whales will just whale and get this really well. Otherwise, it's, you know, kind of stupid. I'm not saying the unit's bad by any means. You need a summon still. Whatever I'm saying here is just saying like, in the future, can we not do these like stupid, weird, passive type things where it's like, oh, the ultimate is so good. Like back then, we used to say like, oh, those ultimates like are broken at 6/6. This is just getting worse. It's like Escanor was bad. This is a little bit worse too. So on both of the things, again, the unit itself is just broken. All right, the passive is crazy. The buffs, the nerfs, basically like the damage reduction, the debuffs, everything about this unit is sick. Okay, animations. Costumes, we'll see. Costumes aren't taking a W yet. The ultimate animation though, and then 1.8 million because he reached that new extra 50% boost, right? So there's so many things broken down in this one unit to where it's like, how is it gonna work, right? So we'll wait, we'll see. The passive itself, everything checks out. The attacks seem really good. It's just that ultimate. It's very, very, what's the word? Iffy. And again, his CC is great too. I think his CC is like 70k. When they showed it, it was like, yeah, 70k. Yeah, 70k CC. It's like a new metric now. All these units reaching 70k pretty fast. So keep it in mind that he overall is a good unit. Whatever I'm saying here does not affect if you should summon or not. I'm just telling you that he's dupes reliant, and dupes make him a lot better, okay? And I'm also telling you, if you're a whale and you're chasing the 6/6, you're chasing like something insane, because you see clearly extra damage suppression, extra this, extra that, extra that. You're getting 4 extra things that are big for the unit, right? And you'll basically kill regardless. It's just, it's nuts. So, yeah, the unit itself is pretty cool. Still, I think that, you know, Dark Meliodas or DK Meliodas, like Demon King, would be sick, but it's fine, right? Overall, that's really it. That's what I wanted to show you here today. Talk about it. Free-to-play wise, still, it's a worth it banner. Everything about the banner is good. Like, you can't say anything. The whole banner is good, okay? So, chase. Just go into the 900, okay? Get your guaranteed copy. Anything you pick up along the way is a W, and then every other unit you pick up along the way is also a W. So have fun, splurge. Go ahead, do it.